Good evening and welcome to the news on Flip. I'm Christian Chiku. Let's take a look at the top headlines. Terrorists release 5 more Abuja Kaduna train attack victims. Columnist alleges death threat from Obi's supporters. Nigeria on the brink of collapse. That's from the NULGE president. Most lawmakers supported Buhari's removal, APC senator. In business, we did not increase fuel price according to the federal government. Entertainment, family remembers Fela 25 years after death. Sports, 19 years old win medal for Nigeria at Commonwealth Games. Now the news in full. Terrorists that attacked the AK-9 Abuja Kaduna train and abducted passengers on March 28 have on Tuesday released 5 more hostages, including a victim shot while in their custody, Mukhtar Shuaibu. Shuaibu was shot during a friendly fire when the den of the terrorists attacked the train. Sukuru Mamu, the publisher of Kaduna-based Desert Herald and media consultant to controversial Islamic cleric Sheikh Ahmad Gumi, who withdrew as one of the negotiators, confirmed the release of the 5 hostages. We'll give you details in a short while. The seasoned journalist Sam Omaseye has alleged that supporters of the Labour Party presidential candidate Peter Obi were issuing death threats against him. This is coming a day after he published an opinion piece in The Nation titled Obituary. In a tweet on Tuesday, Omaseye asked Obi to call his supporters to order, adding that the Labour Party presidential candidate will be held responsible if anything happened to him. He tweeted, "Mr. Peter Obi, call your supporters to order. They are calling and issuing death threats. If anything happens to me, you will be held responsible." In his opinion piece published on Monday, Omaseye had described Obi as a shelter for miscreants. The essay partly read, "Obi has turned out to be an excuse for even closet Biafrans to betray open emotions about Biafra without being accused of it. This includes intellectuals who did not show mercy to him while he reigned in Anambra as a Frasiac chief executive. It is like wearing a color beneath another color. Obi has become a shelter for both miscreants and activists of the crowd." Comparing Obi to former President Goodluck Jonathan, Omaseye had accused the former Anambra state governor of using religion as a bait in the forthcoming elections. The column reads, "He, Obi, is therefore using religion as a bait. He is now on a weekly pilgrimage to churches. Jonathan did the same. The pastors, ever opportunistic, see him as a darling. He is visiting a sectional hue of pews. This is the man who divided the church in Anambra State in his time between Catholics and the others." The national president of the Nigeria Union of Local Government Employees, Ambali Olatunji, has said that Nigeria is drifting towards collapse and no longer the country the citizens dream of. Olatunji, who made the remarks at the 7th state quadrennial inauguration of the newly elected executives to run the affairs of NULGE in Kogi State, disclosed that the country is on the brink of collapse. He said that Nigeria was drifting owing to bad leadership, adding that the last 4 years under the present administration shows that the country has no one in charge, drifting with nobody in control. This is not the Buhari Nigerians voted. Nigerians to pray rise to the occasion to elect credible leaders in 2023, pointing out that the president has failed to provide security of the nation. Insecurity, Olatunji said. He lamented that the country is going through the worst of insecurity, adding that the Federal Capital Territory is now vulnerable to insurgents, a situation he described as a shame. He called on the Minister of Finance and the Central Bank Governor to, with immediate effect, resign from office since both of them has failed in their responsibility. He described the exchange rate, which is on the high, as a shame due to the policy of the financial managers, pointing out that they are allegedly bereft of ideas. He lamented that Nigeria is now a country that has no one leading, pointing out that 2023 is time to vote out poor leadership, vote for a visionary leader, and not on sentiment. The NULGE president urged the local government workers to vote only leaders who are in support of local government autonomy. The lawmaker representing Bauchi North Senatorial District, Senator Adamu Bukachua, has disclosed that majority of members of the Senate are in support of the move to impeach the President, General Muhammad Buhari, retired, over the failure of his regime to address the growing insecurity in Nigeria. Bukachua, a member of the ruling All Progressives Congress, the party with the majority in the Senate and the House of Representatives, said almost all members of the Senate backed the move when the lawmakers were in an executive session at the plenary last Wednesday. The senators threatened to impeach the president over the worsening insecurity in the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja, and the country at large. The angry lawmakers gave the president a 6-week ultimatum to address the security crisis or face impeachment proceedings. Speaking to the media, Bukachua on Monday stated that the previous efforts, especially made by the National Assembly to end the security crisis, has failed. He also said the lawmakers at closed-door session also raised the issues of economy. Recalling some of the events that played out on the fateful day, the lawmaker said in the first instance on that day, the Senate went into a closed session, and it was at the closed session that these issues were discussed. Without divulging so much, I can tell you that majority of senators really felt that there was a need to initiate the action. Over to business. The federal government on Monday insisted that it had not raised the pump price of premium motor spirit, popularly called petrol, above the regulated cost of 165 naira per litre. It said the hike in the cost of the commodity, currently between 175 naira per litre and 230 naira per litre, depending on the location of purchase, was done by oil marketers. The government, however, could not explain why it was not enforcing the approved price. Oil marketers across the country recently raised the price of petrol above the approved 165 naira per litre rate without any official approval by the government. This was despite the fact that the cost of commodity was still being regulated. The marketers had argued that the 165 naira per litre approved price was not sustainable and was contributory to the scarcity of petrol in many locations nationwide. Speaking on the sidelines of the stakeholders consultation forum on midstream and downstream petroleum regulations organized by the Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority in Abuja, the Minister of State for Petroleum Resources, Chief T3RR0R Silva, insisted the government had not raised the price of PMS. Asked to comment on the disparity in the pump prices of petrol and why the government had not waded into the matter, the minister said, "Well, I can tell you authoritatively that we have not deregulated." Over to entertainment. The Kuti family on Tuesday marked the 25th death anniversary of late Afrobeat legend Fela Anikulapo Kuti. Remembering their late father, who died on August 2nd, 1997, Femi and Seun Anikulapo Kuti, also musicians, paid tribute to the legendary singer. Hailing Fela as the soul of Afrobeat, Femi noted that he missed his father even after 25 years of the icon's demise. Sharing the posts in the early hours of Tuesday, Femi Anikulapo Kuti said, 25 years on, still in our hearts, I miss you more and more, the one and only Abami Eda Fela, the soul of Afrobeat. On his part, Seun Kuti said, 25 years ago, you transitioned. Words can't begin to express how much more alive you have become in spirit as we continue to strive for the Africa you fought for. We continue to ask that you allow your light to guide our path. Ashe. Over to sports. Nigerian 19-year-old weightlifter Taiwo Liadi has won a silver medal at the ongoing 2022 Commonwealth Games in Birmingham. Liadi, who competed in the women's 76 kg weightlifting event, finished second behind Canada's Maya Leo, who set a new Commonwealth Games record with a lift of 128 kilograms. Nigeria, currently ranked 9th on the medal standings, had earlier won 2 gold and 2 bronze since the start of the games. Weightlifters Adijat Olarinloye and Rafiatu Lawal won gold in the women's 55 kg and 59 kg categories respectively. Larinoye set a new games record with a lift of 203 kg to 92 kg in snatch and 111 in clean and jerk, while Lawal clinched gold with a total lift of 206 kg to 110 kg in a snatch and 116 kg in clean and jerk to win the women's 59 kg weight lifting event and also set a new games record. On that note, we have come to the end of the news of Flip. I remain Christian Chuku. Do remember to like and share and subscribe to our channel. This bulletin was produced by Odu Black. Bye for now. Thanks for watching.